It's April 20th. You can see it's pretty sloppy out. A lot of snow from the field and everything comes right through here. And it'll pass through, it'll dry out. I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing the same view, and I'm sick of showing you the same view, but the tank is in there. He looks like he plumbed it up. And I just got to connect the line on the other side, it looks like. And then I think today's project is we're going to put the AC pump, motor, something back in here. Excuse me. Turned out pretty good. We have my uncle's old sprayer here with a little trike wheel on the front of it to take the tongue weight off, and that will, well, heck, I'll just walk over to it. We might tend that tank that's on the tractor if it's kind of muddy out. We might have to tend the unit. But yeah, it looks like my uncle flipped his hitch around and then put that little trike wheel under there. How's that for farmer ingenuity? That's pretty good. And yeah, you know, it's mid-50s the next couple of days, and then some rain next week maybe, but all in all, next week looks like it's going to be in the upper 50s, 60s, so this snow should disappear rather quick. The problem that you're going to see, at least around here, is that guys are going to get anxious, and guys are already anxious, and rightfully so. You see my truck's parked over there, and I went and got feed with those poly bags. They're smaller this time, so I was able to stack them on pallets and then strap them down. You're gonna see guys get really anxious, and the second the snow's gone and the field looks fit on top, they're gonna get out there and slam dance some corn in the ground. But the issue is gonna be is that the ground temperature needs to come up, and there's guys that'll tell you frost is out, and then there's guys that'll tell you that there's still frost in the ground like a foot down. We'll just have to get some thermometers, play it cool. Yeah, you can get across some acres, you know, but what good does it do if you just sock them in the mud and the cold, and then they're gonna get seed shock, and then you're gonna pay the price in the fall. So we're gonna try to play it cool. It's hard, you know, everybody knows it's hard when the neighbor gets going. It's like, oh, we gotta go. But, you know, we'll just play it cool and do it when time comes right. And the other thing is that, let me spin this around. Oh, that's really bright. Sun's a good thing. I made a purchase. For those of you who followed me a while, it's for my folks' Bobcat S205, and it's an attachment. It wasn't cheap. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty easy to guess. I used one last year. You can go back in my videos about this time right before planting. And then also midsummer, it was about spraying season. I used it again, I borrowed one. I went out and bought a rock bucket grapple. Thought about other grapple options, but that rock bucket grapple is the way to go, folks. If you're considering a grapple, if you have any way to try one or borrow one from somebody, I at first thought just a bucket with a grapple would be the way to go, but those teeth for the rock buckets that are spaced 3 inches apart, you wedge that in between small trees, you pop little trees and brush right out of the ground, getting rocks out of the way, clearing ground, it's the ticket. I also plan on using it for our steer manure, getting it out of the back of the shed. I'm excited to get it. They're 2.5 to 3 weeks behind right now, which I'm kind of bumming, you know, but you can see out in the yard, it's a little too sloppy to be thinking about that kind of stuff right now. So, you know, hopefully sooner than later. Nothing but great things to say about the way that one was built. I got the same thing that my uncle's was. Jenkins iron and steel. Built solid. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using it. And they ship for free, so how can you argue with that? They ship it right to your house, and you just unload it. You don't even have to go get it. So they're built heavy duty. I looked at a couple other different brands at some farm shows, and just I liked them, and then all of a sudden the guy would open up the grapple, and it just wouldn't open as far as this Jenkins one. So, and just in terms of piling up brush and then trying to grab it, if it doesn't open as far, obviously you can't get as much in there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that, and getting myself into all sorts of trouble this summer, and get a couple videos of that, I'm sure. So he's out to lunch. I just had my lunch. I got here. I stopped here on the way back from the steer feed, and we're gonna work on I think the 8970 here for a little bit, and then maybe some stuff on the planter again. But the planter, let's see here, those smart firmers. Nope. So right down in here, you can see we still got a couple of the gauge firming wheels off. Just waiting on those smart firmers. I think they were, I don't know if they were back ordered. I don't think it's technically back ordered. We're just waiting on them. Slap them things in, and then we are ready for a field trial. So I don't know if I'll be around. Hopefully I'll be around for that, but that'll just basically consist of, you know, driving through the field, and we have to do the initial startup of this pump, which will include basic running it at full blast, it sounds like. That's why we didn't put the tips on these yetters, because we don't want to plug those up right away. So we'll run that through, push any stuff that might be in there. Semi's lost. Push that stuff in there, push anything that's in there out. We'll put our tips back on. We'll set our pump back at the rate we need it to be at, or roughly, and then we'll have to play with it until we get it figured out. And then make sure all electric meters are going to be working for the on and offs. And there's also some software that needs to go in there for those smart firmers to tell it, you know, when you go in that less than desirable ground, cut your seed rate back. You know, you're getting that desirable ground that's going to produce, and you know it's proven to, you know, you can set it what it senses, and then it's going to turn that seed back to where you need it to be. It should, you know, save on seed, and also too with setting it to change in the ground conditions. The corn can compete against each other if there's too much corn, if you know, in different types of soil. So this should help it not do that, and then overall the corn should you know, grow better, you know, because we were going to set those parameters on how much corn's going to be there anyway. So enough of me rambling. I don't know that I'll get any video of me or us working on this thing today, but I got to work this weekend and Monday night, and I have next week off. So I'll be back out here when it's beautiful out. I hope by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week we can get the mulch finisher out. It is still froze in the ground. It settled into the dirt a little bit, and the shovels got covered, and then ice settled over it and melted, and then thawed, and then melted. So there's a nice layer of ice right over the shovels. I don't know if there still is, but hopefully we can get this 89 fixed next week sometime. If it firms up a little bit, we'll get the mulch finisher out. We're going to fold it out. We're going to beef up a couple of those points where it folds. We're going to put a couple new shovels on. We've got a couple shanks that need an attention, and just whatever else greasing and whatnot that it might need. And then you know, when the ground gets relatively fit, we're going to put those buffers in. So we'll run the mulch finisher as a test. We'll seed those buffers. We got to get the seed drill out. We got to suck out all the old seed because we're switching over to dicamba soybeans, and get the rock picker hooked up, get that thing greased up and looked over. So it still seems like we got a lot to do, but you know, Mother Nature's got a little ways to come yet too, and we're gonna get busy here. And I'm sure some of these shop videos bore you guys, and it is what it is. It's either I post the shop videos or I don't post nothing at all. So if you don't enjoy them, I don't blame you for not watching, but hang in there, because field time's coming, and you better believe there'll be plenty of footage of out in the field. So I might get some footage of me unloading the feed later tonight. But I've rambled on too long for this one, so this will just be kind of a rough spring update. And maybe I'll film unloading the feed with my GoPro, set it up somewhere. So, all right. Thanks for watching, everybody. You guys have a good night, and we'll check you later.